Look what showed up at my house. What is going on? I have an exciting video today for the channel. This company, Varla Electric Scooter, reached out to me. They had watched my videos, and as you know, I've unboxed a few things on this channel, and they said they have the perfect adventure vehicle for me this summer to explore my city, because you know that's something that I like to do on this channel. So after several weeks and thinking that it got lost in the mail, calling FedEx, they didn't know where it was. I went on vacation and it showed up, this 77-pound hunk of box. I have no idea what's in it other than the scooter, but I don't know what else is in it. We're gonna unbox this thing and see what we can learn about it, but I'm super excited. I'm glad it finally showed up. So let's dig into this. So we've opened up the box, and as you'd expect, there is a ton of styrofoam, but just first impressions, even Tyler, who is shooting this, looked in and said, that's pretty heavy duty, man. I don't know that we knew what to expect. Now, the funny thing about this is after the company had reached out to me about this scooter, I looked up their website to make sure they're legit, because there are a lot of scams out there, and the website was legit, and now I'm getting ad after ad after ad. So you're probably gonna see some ads of the Varla scooter as well. But the first thing I'm super impressed with, look at that. I didn't know what tools I was gonna need, so they actually sent them to me. They're all in metric. So it looks like I have everything I need to get this thing set up. So I'll set that aside. Let's see what's in here. That looks like the charger, and it is a 2 amp hour. So I looked up a few stats on this before I unboxed it to make sure I knew what I was talking about. And it says that with one charger, it does take 9 hours to charge. That's because the battery on this thing is a 52 volt, 18.2 amp hour battery. So that's a pretty gnarly battery. And we'll get into some other specifics that I looked up about this thing as well. What else do we have right here on top? Those look like they go over the bolts on the tires. We'll set that aside. And let's keep digging into this thing. The handlebars do come unattached, but they are attached by wire. As you can see, I'm being super careful not to cut myself or wires. Let's just get an initial impression of the handlebars first. Got a bell. Got some brakes. The brakes are hydraulic brakes. One thing that I did learn about this thing, they originally came with mechanical brakes, and they've since been updated to hydraulic brakes, which is pretty crazy for a scooter. It comes with some keys, so you have to start it up that way. Got my display and everything else, but let's keep digging into this. Oh, check this out. There's some grip tape in there. It's got a sweet, angry looking flaming skull. But then they also sent a few other grip tape options. So you got a helicopter, an American flag, and like some street art as well. I'm gonna have to think long and hard about which one I'm gonna throw on there. Or maybe I'll ride it so much that I'll need all 4. That's cool. All right, let's pop this thing out of here. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that. So I pulled the scooter out, and there's even more surprises. We got some knee pads, elbow pads, and even wrist pads. So they take this thing pretty serious. And we got an inner tube. The tires are 10 inches and they are filled with air. So again, not something that I'm used to on one of these electric scooters, but of course, my only experience is riding like the Lime scooters or the Bird scooters that you see in most major cities. All right, back to the scooter. Again, this thing is 77 pounds. It weighs almost as much as I do. Just kidding. Speaking of weight though, I think the capacity is 365 pounds, but the recommended I think was 265. I'll throw those stats on the screen here because I don't want to mislead anyone. Comes with a kickstand. Okay, tighten and secure. All right, I'll make sure that that's nice and tight before I ride it. So setup is going pretty quick. I was thinking I could do everything with my Leatherman, but they sent me this handy dandy thing. So this looks to be the 4mm hex key. Does anyone else have trouble with lefty loosey righty tighty? So this is the hardest part of the whole setup process. Everything still kind of loose. I'm just getting a feel for how it feels. So how I want my brakes, throttle, got your bell, then you have your settings for eco, turbo, single, or dual. Now one thing I have heard, I don't know yet, the left brake is actually the rear brake and the right brake is the front brake. Yeah, confirmed. I'm gonna get my brakes, the bell, the settings, all that tightened up. But before we do, let's talk a little bit about what I do know about this thing. Now it has, like I mentioned earlier, two 10-inch tires. They are full of air. These look like they're pretty pumped up. You're gonna have to see what the PSI on that is. But they also have a 1000 watt motor in the tire, but not just in the front one, in the back one as well. So to put that into perspective, my Super 73 has a 750 watt motor. This thing claims that it will go 40 miles an hour, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about that. In the manual, it says that the safe speed is 25 miles an hour, which I'd be a little bit more comfortable with, but of course we're gonna push it to the limits, right? It also has dual suspension, so suspension in the front, suspension in the back. So I'm looking forward to how comfortable this thing will be, especially being in a standing position for up to an hour. This should give you about an hour's worth of riding. Okay, let's keep setting this thing up and see what else we can find out about it. To turn this thing on, it took us a couple of tries, but you first turn on the key. That's going to show your battery voltage right there, a completely separate readout. And then we have our power button here. It turns on. You have your different gears. I'm eager to figure out how to switch gears on this. I have no idea. Got to read the manual. Then you're going to have your speedometer, your odometer. Everything's in kilometers. I'm hoping I can change that to the imperial system, but it says it comes with a little bit of a charge there. Now it also tells you to charge the battery fully before you take it for a ride, but we got to take it for a ride in this video. However, I'm going to do a full review on this thing on my other channel, Session 73, because that's tailored towards e-bike content. So this one's more the unboxing. We are going to give you a sneak preview of it. Hop on over to my other channel, Session 73, because at the time of this video release, I'll also have another video that really walks through my experience riding this thing. So be sure to check that out too. So to turn on the lights, you just hold down the mode button. You can see you have some front headlights, and in the back there's some tail lights as well. When you squeeze the brakes, they flash, letting people know that you're slowing down. So a word of caution on these is that the rotor for the disc brakes sits so low to the ground that you got to be careful. Now this thing is designed for off-road, but it's also very easy to ding those up and bend them on rocks. So that's something to consider if you're going to get one of these scooters. First test ride of the Varla. I didn't even give the full name of it. It's the Varla Eagle 1 scooter. You probably saw it on the box. Here we go. I don't even know why I'm nervous, but I'm just gonna start out. Oh. Could not let Tyler have a try. I think we've done all the test riding that we need to today. I got to get this thing charged up so I can give it a full review. Unboxed the Varla Eagle 1 dual motor, dual suspension. This thing is absolutely a machine. And good news for you, if you want one of these, I actually have a link in the description down below where you can pick one up for yourself. They run around $1,600, super easy to set up. And if you want to see the full review of this, check out my other channel, Session 73. If you like this, go ahead and give it the thumbs up. Comment down below, what do you think? Would you dare ride one of these things? And of course, while you are doing that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.